Welcome to another episode of
Diet Detectives, where we solve the mystery behind diets, one episode at a time.
Today we are going to talk about the issues that concern the top 5 facts of dieting.
So the first point of today's episode is that sometimes diet isn't always a choice. Sometimes we need to adhere to a strict regimen in order to combat certain diseases. Our first disease is brought to us today by No Choice Nelly. Now, No Choice Nelly suffers from hypertension. Hypertension is related to salt content because when we ingest salt, our body compensates for that by retaining water. When we retain water, our blood volume goes up. And when our blood volume goes up, our heart has to work extra hard in order to pump that blood to the rest of our body. Here, we have a hypertensive heart and a healthy heart. To go from a hypertensive heart to a healthy heart, I suggest lowering your dietary sodium content. You can do this by avoiding fast food places and picking foods that already have a low sodium content to begin with, so like fruit and vegetables. Thank you to No Choice Nelly for her question submission.
Our second part of our discussion today comes from Depressed Dieter 045. Recently, she's been on a high-protein, low-carb diet and has been complaining about feelings of fatigue and irritation. This is because of her lack of carbohydrate intake. It has caused her tryptophan levels to drop and also her serotonin levels to drop. As a result, she's not feeling happy and has been feeling symptoms of depression despite the fact that she's not actually depressed. I suggest her to increase her consumption of carbohydrates and to stay healthy.
Because anorexia is a psychological disease as well as biological, try to make your daughter more comfortable with the idea of food. By balancing high-fat items with fruits and vegetables, you can make her more comfortable with the idea of food and promote weight gain. By reintroducing her favorite foods back into her diet, she'll enjoy getting back to a healthy weight.
Our fourth viewer, his username is FatFreeFuture, and he will be attending the University of Ottawa in the following fall. He has a few questions on Freshman 15, and I would like to give him a few pieces of advice on how to be on a good budget and a healthy diet. Check out the farmers market for locally grown produce at an affordable price. Go to the grocery store for student discount that are 10% off. Buy fruits and vegetables that are in season. Oh, and don't forget to check the weekly sales.
Finally, the topic that we've all been waiting for, fad diets. How can I sum up fad diets in a nice take-home message? That's easy. The answer is no. Run. Don't walk away from this word and forget that you've ever heard it. Fad diets are a temporary solution to the prolonged problem that is weight gain. Don't get me wrong, if you stay with fad diets, you will lose weight, but it's mostly water weight and you're going to lose it in a very, very short period of time. And as soon as you eat that pizza that you've been craving for a week, your body will go from 0 to 100 real quick and you'll gain everything back in no time at all. So, worried waistline, do yourself a favor and stick with a regulated diet and exercise regime and you'll lose the weight and keep it off for good.
Remember,
You only have one body.
feed
Feed it well. Hashtag defy the conventional.